Hey everybody, welcome to Northernlion Tries Microsoft Flight Simulator. Let's just get to the flight training, and we'll do a little bit here. I really, so I gotta let you know, this is the first time I'm booting up the game. I'm not using the HOTAS yet, but I'm hoping to use the HOTAS for a stream in the future. For now, I got a combination PC, keyboard and mouse, Xbox One controller that we can get it done with. I'm hoping, you know, like, let's be honest, this is not really the kind of, and I'm going to get a little framey here, the game is a little resource intense, in case you're curious. But, we're gonna just get a feel for what it's like to fly around first. I'm not really a guy that's gonna review it on like, okay, is this really a good simulator? I think people have already done a good job of that already, and the reviews are amazing, and it's free on Game Pass if you have Game Pass, and it's, you know, you can buy it on Steam as well if you're interested. But we're just gonna, you know, basically I just wanted to dip my toes in the water and get like a little sampling of what it's like to play the game, because it really is an amazing feat. First off, the loading times are insane, but it's on my hard disk, not my SSD, mostly because it's freaking huge, so just get used to that for now. But really, the fact that the game streams data of terrain and also the like buildings from the cloud is truly incredible. It's really a feat. Okay,
Welcome
so
to flight training.
Oh, hello.
I'm your instructor, Captain Melina.
Thank you, Melina.
You can just call me Jess. This session, we'll get started with
I guess Melina wasn't your first name?
Sound good? First things first, let's get familiar with your surroundings.
Sure. Oh,
Don't worry.
Hold on.
I've got the stick while you get your bearings.
Don't give him the stick.
Out your side windows, you can see we have great visibility over Sedona today.
It's beautiful. Sedona, Arizona. How you doing? Hold L or R for a little view. Okay.
Beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely gorgeous, Melina. Use left, right, up, and down to translate the camera inside the cockpit. Okay? Done. Unless you want me to do it on the arrow keys. Oh, you do. Okay. Use right to move around. Right, there you go. Okay, right mouse button. Also, I'm assuming right stick would be fine. Save a custom camera. Press right stick. Press Alt-1 at any time to call your custom camera. Okay. Control Alt-1 gives us a custom camera, so this will be look behind us. Control Alt-1. And then we'll reset, and then we'll hit Alt-1.
See if you can spot the
Hey.
Sedona Airport.
See if you can spot
Should be a pretty easy landmark to
the
find.
Sedona Airport. It must be that over there, is my guess.
There you go.
Yeah.
Visual confirmation.
All
of the
right.
airport.
There, she's
Now
taking
that
us
we're
in.
oriented, it's your turn. Time to fly this bird.
Okay,
The first control on our training list is the yoke.
of course.
I still remember my first.
You just grab it like this,
instructor
go,
saying the
"Scrimp,
yoke is
scrimp,
like
scrimp,
a
scrimp."
steering wheel. Almost. Sure, you can turn, but you can also pitch.
All right, I'm ready, Melina.
For starters, it controls the ailerons.
We're pitching
And the
down a little.
ailerons, they allow the plane to roll and bank into turns. Go ahead and try rolling to the right.
Move yoke gently to the right.
Nice.
Ooh,
Now let's see you level back out.
no problem. You know how many times I've done this while trying to land a Boeing 747 in X-Plane 11?
Of course, the yoke also controls the elevator. And the elevator affects the plane's pitch, right?
You want to do a loop-de-loop?
Pull back on the stick. The plane starts to climb. Give it a shot.
Done.
The most valuable things in aviation are speed and altitude.
Telling you, I'm taking us in.
But notice, when you're pitching up, your speed is decreasing.
I'm taking us in.
You could add more power.
We're lowering the throttle.
Or for now, let's just pitch down.
We're lowering the throttle. Throttle
Just
down
like
to
that
zero,
you left the
please.
training airspace, you need to go back.
Throttle down to 0. Do we have landing
Just
gear
like
out?
that, your speed's picking up again as the nose pitches down.
Now you just gotta, okay.
As you level back out, let's talk about another control. The rudders.
Ladies and gentlemen, we've done it. I don't know what throttle down is on the controller.
We're really supposed to land there.
What do you mean you're not really supposed to land there?
Aircraft side-to-side movement, also known as yaw.
Oh, that's throttle up.
It's well done. Don't get me wrong. Just not what was expected.
Oh, well, okay.
On the ground, those pedals are going to steer the plane left or right. Up here, they properly align us during turns.
Okay, that's fine. We're just...
At this point, I think it's probably best if we start the lesson over.
I think it's probably best if we start the lesson over? Madam, don't insult me. Take me back to the main menu. I didn't sign up for this to be insulted. I mean, it was the first day of flight class and I landed the airplane perfectly. I mean, if you got a problem with that, you got a problem with having fun. So here's what I was thinking. What if, this is SeaTac, Stewart. Okay, so this is Vancouver down here. So I'm thinking, what if we did a flight that was just, and I've seen some other people play, so I kind of know how to set this up here. What if we did a flight that was like Vancouver to Vancouver? And we'll just fly it out here. And again, I know people want to see the HOTUS. I'm thinking maybe on Sunday, because I've finished Deadly Premonition 2, we'll do like a HOTUS flight sim stream with a little bit of banter. I think it could be a lot of fun. But I gotta dig it out. You know, I haven't used the HOTUS since we moved, and we've got baby stuff, and I apologize for the frame rate of 2 FPS right now, but it's loading up everything in the background. For now, let's just do a little sightseeing around the city of Vancouver, because I think this is what everybody is excited about in flight sim. Some people are excited about, multiplayer servers, air traffic control, scenarios and stuff like that, flying to other parts of the world that I've never seen before. Because flight sims really do have that kind of sense of like, you know, you're traveling without travel. It's a perfect mix of weirdness. Like, if you like flight sims, I can explain why, at least from my perspective. It's a combination of, like, a sense of, like, discovery for other parts of the world, while also, like, doing a job. I know that sounds weird, maybe, but then on top of that, flight just has a certain kind of magic associated with it to begin with, right? I mean, it's the closest thing to a superpower that I think you could get on Earth. That's why I even, like, I don't get, you know, wide-eyed when I travel. Much, I mean, when I land places, yes, and, like, experience them, but when I'm on the plane, no. But even still sometimes, to look out the window and be like, we're up in the freaking clouds, dude, that's crazy. Alright, thank you, air traffic control. Can I move to external camera, please, because this is really what we're here for now. So we're going to disengage our parking brake, and then we are going to throttle up. Should be happening right now. Okay, there we go. And then I actually know some of the controls as well. Like, rudder is like Y and right on the D-pad, or left on the D-pad. And I think our flaps were already in position. Yeah, they're already in position for takeoff. So I'm just looking at my speed, about 80 knots. We can definitely take off here. Not the smoothest takeoff you could ever ask for. That's okay. Let's put that landing gear up. Oh, we don't have landing gear. We're in a Cessna. Oh, no. Yes, we do. All right. How about that? This is not a Cessna, by the way. All right. So number one thing right now, rudder looks pretty straight. Retract flaps after takeoff with F5. Okay, that's big. All right. I do appreciate that level of tutorialization. So the Vancouver International Airport is not actually in Vancouver. It is in Richmond, which is just south of Vancouver, a beautiful city in and of itself. I am very eager to see, maybe we'll get up to, 2,000 feet and then take a flight over the city, which is just on the left side of the screen there. So the next thing I would say is you gotta reduce throttle, for sure. We just want our vertical speed to be, like, level. Vertical speed is that thing on the far right there. We want it to, well, you don't want it to be level, really. We want it to be 0. The way you would normally... That sound, dude. The way you would normally do that is by adjusting your trim, which is that thing right next to our altitude. But honestly, I haven't played these games in a while, so I'm a little... It's been a while. Let's put it that way. I'll just adjust the throttle instead. The thing is, 0... Oh god, we're doing it way wrong. 0 means that you are at a level altitude. So, I mean, typically, you could fly this much more easily. Like, hey man, these things pretty much fly themselves at this point. So let's call it like right about here. Okay. And then I forget with trim whether we want it to go down or go up. I think it means we want the trim to be pointed slightly down, which allows us to accelerate without actually elevating. So I think we do it like this. No, yeah, okay, but then you throttle up. Yeah, no, I know. Don't worry about that. So we're gonna throttle up heavily here, and then okay, hold on. I know it looks bad. It's just been a while, okay? I probably should have gone to flight school, but in a 3-minute video, or sorry, a 30-minute video, it doesn't really make sense. So, all right, we're pretty stable. We just want to let's stay full throttle for a second here. Vancouver Tower is a little upset with me, but that's okay. So I think actually, now that I think about it, we actually want to yeah, okay. So we're elevating. We just want to put our flaps in a place where we're kind of level out here. Or not our flaps, sorry, but our trim. Just give it a sec. Okay, we're coming down. We're coming down. That means you're going to want to adjust your flaps a little bit. No, it's a little much. I apologize for this, but it's kind of par for the course as well. You know, there's probably just, like, if you go online, you can get, like, basically a manual that's like, hey, for this plane and this airspeed, you know, what should I be looking for? Anyway, this is relatively stable, so let's do a little roll here. Should take us to the northeast and get us back out into the city proper. You know, we don't need to be at exactly 0 airspeed. We can always use our throttle to adjust a little bit. Okay, so let me, there's Vancouver, alright. So we'll do a flight over the city, like, from the north. Roughly, alright, I apologize for that. It was not the cleanest takeoff, but you know what, the important thing is that the passengers in the back don't know that. That's the airport we came from right there. Alright, so we'll start to cruise out a little bit here. Keep that throttle up. I don't think you always fly at full throttle. It's been a while, though. So I really, like, I don't know that much about North Van, to be honest, but once we get into the city proper, so I'm actually going to be very reckless. I'm going to gain some speed by descending quite rapidly. Sorry, it does have inverted controls right now. So I'm a little rattled trying to keep the camera where I want it. You want me to be under 250 knots? That's no problem. There you go. How's that? Now, the people in the back are probably throwing up from excessive G-forces, but that's okay. All right, let's see. How are we doing here? Looking good. Honestly, feeling pretty level. We are climbing a little bit, so I'm just going to adjust the flaps down. There you go. Now, this is going to slowly descend us or rapidly descend us, so I'm just going to adjust the flaps up. There you go. So our vertical speed will slow down a little bit, or the rate of our vertical speed will slow down a little bit. Okay, this is cool, dude. I'm having a good time. So right there, I don't actually know what that is. Let's not worry about it too much. It's not really my area of town. I don't really know what's happening here. Let's fly over. You know, on your left here. Check this out. That's Stanley Park. You may have heard of it. This is going to be a very interesting moment for us, because this is like make or break for me. I expect them to have Stanley Park in the game. It's just trees. But if I can see like the Vancouver Aquarium from the air, I'm going to lose my friggin' mind. I'm gonna go supernova. All right, so we got the flying part down. That's North Vancouver there on your left with the beautiful coast mountains behind it. I mean, I gotta say, this looks pretty true to life right now. I mean, when you fly an X-Plane 11 and you're in Vancouver, it's just kind of like all the buildings are like boxes. Dude, I'm losing it. I can actually see, like, that's the Hotel Vancouver downtown. The Fairmont Hotel Vancouver. All right, so this is Stanley Park right here. Let's see if we can slow it down a little. They're going to start yelling at me for landing gear. Don't worry about that too much. We're just going to adjust our flaps to compensate. All right. So that is Stanley Park. Admittedly, I don't really know where the aquarium is in relation to Stanley Park, but we'll just take a little right roll here. It's going to take us into the downtown core. We're going to slow it down even more here. Do we see planes in downtown at all times? Oh, dude, I'm losing it. This is actually like these buildings down here. Hold on. I know you can get an active pause. I don't know what the active pause actually is. I recognize some of these buildings down here. Like this one right... Okay, now this is very insular. Nobody that doesn't live in the city is going to care about this. But this building on our left right there... I know we're stalling. Well, you know, we can always take another pass. I recognize it. Now, we probably should pull up a little bit. So that's the Hotel Vancouver right there. Dude, this looks like the view. That Scotiabank Tower at Burrard Station. This is insane. Now, admittedly, the quality of the buildings doesn't necessarily look incredible here, but hold on. Can we slow it down a little bit while still not crashing? So that's BC Place on our left there, or on our right, sorry, which is where the BC Lions and the Vancouver Whitecaps play. This is Science World and the fairgrounds where Cirque du Soleil happens sometimes. This is absurd. Okay, hold on. So I speed up a little bit. We're going to do a little pass here. This is, obviously, this is unsafe flying, but this is, like, the whole reason I'm here. Alright, so we're going to do a little pass. We're not going to go out to Burnaby. No offense, if you're from Burnaby, more power to you. But we're just out here trying to... Like, I am actually stunned by what I'm seeing right now. This is kind of blowing me away. Which I don't think is rare by any stretch of the imagination. When I've seen people playing this game, is definitely something I've heard people say in the past. But this is wild. So that's like the port of Metro Vancouver right there. If you ever watch Border Security, you'll see a lot of illicit stuff take place there. There's the sun setting in the west. Alright, so let's take another pass. We are going real fast here. This is blowing my mind, dude. That is, like, it's downtown Vancouver as seen from above. I recognize so many of these buildings. And the accents on them are, like, actually perfect. This is like a sizzle reel to sell this game. That's Stanley Park over there again. Admittedly, downtown Vancouver is not the biggest city in the world, despite the fact that you're seeing, like, a lot of condos and stuff like that. This is insanity. I am now, like, just stunned at the level of technical achievement in this game. Again, if you go look up a video of, like, flying over Vancouver in X-Plane 11. It basically is just, like, 7 skyscrapers, and they're just, like, generic. This is a technological marvel. This is downtown as seen from the south here. Yeah, I know I got a lot of airspeed. We got the Granville and Burrard Street bridges. Dude, that's Granville Island. This is now what this video is. But I saw there's like that yellow roofed building and I think I blacked out. You've overstressed the aircraft and caused critical damage. Restart me. Restart me because I want to land. But I'm like, okay, now I'm a believer. And now, like... The first thing you do is you fly over the city where you live or the area where you live and you go, oh my god, that's amazing. The next thing I'm thinking is like, dude, oh my god, how cool would it be to like fly into, you know, Tokyo Narita Airport at sunset or something like that. This game's tickling all the parts of my imagination. So we'll probably finish the video soon. I know that like a 19-minute video is a little short, but I mean, when it comes to a flight sim, what do you want? You know, we're not going to do an hour-long video where we're like, oh, here's how taxiing works, here's how this works. I'm not at that level. I need to watch other people to get to that level. Really, for me, this flight sim, and I'm gonna, again, we're going to get the HOTAS out and have a good time with it and maybe try to do some weird stuff. I really love the mundanity. Like, I think a really cool stream, I'm trying to think what I'll do on Sunday, might just fly, like, you probably have to use a pretty big plane, like maybe like a 727 or something, because you need incredible speed. We could fly like Vancouver to San Francisco in 3 hours or something like that. Okay, so let's parking brake off, throttle up. Start to generate a little speed here for sure. Going to pitch to the left a little bit, or to the right a little bit on takeoff, so we're going to use our rudder to keep us adjusted. Use our rudder. Okay, it's a little much. I can definitely, I'm like, dude, I got to get the HOTAS out. Alright, so I think that when you hit the white on the speedometer, we're in like takeoff zone. Smooth takeoff. Retract the flaps. Get the landing gear starting to move up. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I know the climb angle's too low. I know you got, yeah. But here's the thing, there's nobody else at the airport. I don't know if you watched the news recently, sweetheart. But it's not the best time to travel. So how do you land? This is what everybody wants. They want the lonely Troutman landing. The first step of landing is getting far enough away from the runway that the landing is actually like a challenge. And let's also give ourselves like an angle, you know, to make it a little bit harder. And there is some funky stuff, like I can see some terrain sewing here, but even still, like the degree of technical acumen here is truly staggering. It's like a truly spectacular piece of work. I'm surprised. I mean, surprised maybe is not the right way to think about it, but I'm very impressed. Let's put it that way. All right, so we've leveled out a little faster than we were able to do on our maiden voyage, but that's okay. So I guess that's just Richmond there. And then, like, literally, because we're going to the south right now. Yeah, we're going to the south. Literally, like, just past this is the American border. Like, I'm sure that if you're looking in that direction, that's probably it right there. But anyway, all right. So we got out. We got out a little bit. We're still climbing here. Probably, I guess the yoke is probably still pulled us up a little bit. Now we're going to start to come back towards the airport. What are the steps of landing? That's a very, I mean, there's a couple. You're not going to believe me. I never got amazing at landing in X-Plane 11, but I definitely got to the point where I was, like, comfortable landing. And I was trying to, like, I was playing X-Plane 11 for real, dude. Like, I was going into the in-flight computer and, like, programming the waypoints you need, or really you program, like, arrival, airport, and destination, or arrival, airport, and runway, departure, airport, and runway, and the computer calculates, like, the waypoints and the headings you need to, you know, stick to there. But I was doing it for friggin' real. So I got to the point with landing where I kind of understood what I was doing. We're going to take it back to Vancouver International here. So the first thing I would do, I would probably start to slow down. You don't have to be at 0. Just slow it down a little bit. And then we... because the natural thing, as you get lower, you're going to go faster because you're accelerating due to gravity. So we actually probably could cut it to 0. And then I'm like, how do I get the flaps back out? F7... That's not really out. F8, there we go. Now, I'm way too high, so this is an incredible adjustment. Get ready, all right? We're going to take it down to 0. We're going to get that landing gear out. That's going to give us a little bit more. That's going to give us a little bit more. Okay, next step for sure. Let's get ourselves ready to go here, okay? Get that rudder adjusted. It's not looking super smooth for the time being. But we got a good chance. Okay, so we're coming in at 124 knots. That's no good. What you do is you get low, and then you pull up at the last second. Then you start bleeding speed like crazy, and you just very, 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 very gently descend. And then as soon as you hit the ground, you just brake there. It's not the smoothest landing on Earth, and it's probably one of the easiest planes to land, but check it out. It has been done. Parking brake engaged. Engine at 0. So that's Microsoft Flight Sim, a very cursory glance at what's going on in this game, and a very good time. Go check it out. It's on Game Pass for free. If you don't have Game Pass, you can also buy it on Steam. I got it on Game Pass, though. So for now, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Click the like button if you did, and let me know if you want to see some yesterday, which is probably when I was doing the stream, and I'll see you next time. See ya!